There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Green. Here's the throw to the plate. He is
high fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rough stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, boys and girls, and join us. You're listening live, and the scene is where we're set for pitch by pitch, play by play. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and here are your starting lineups for tonight's action. Leading off the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. He's batting .286 with 1 RBI, a .786 OPS in the series. Batting second, playing right, Mookie Betts. 3 RBI, a .125 average, .550 OPS. Batting third, playing first, Freddie Freeman. 1 RBI, a .250 average, a .583 OPS. Max Muncy is batting fourth, the cleanup spot, and playing third. He has 1 home run, 3 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .333 and a .1333 OPS in the NLCS. Teoscar Hernandez is batting fifth and playing left. He's yet to record a hit in this series with a .400 OPS. Batting sixth, playing second, Gavin Lux. He does not have a hit in the NLCS, has a .500 OPS. And Will Smith, the hind catcher, is batting seventh. He too is hitless and a .125 OPS. Tommy Edman batting eighth and playing short. A .571 average and 1142 OPS, 3 RBI, 1 stolen base. And Kike Hernandez is batting ninth and roaming center field. He has a .283 average, 661 OPS. On the mound for the Los Angeles Dodgers, it's Walker Buehler. He's 0-1 with a 10.80 ERA in the MLB Postseason 2024. He'll be going head-to-head with Luis Severino. Sevy is 1-0 with a 4.5 ERA and 10 strikeouts to his name. Backing up Severino in the bottom of the first inning and manning short, it's Francisco Lindor. 1 home run, 1 RBI, batting .143 and a .904 OPS in the NLCS. Batting second, playing third, Matt Vientos. 1 home run, 4 RBI off that grand slam in Game 2. A .220 .2 average with a 7.78 OPS. Brandon Nimmo batting third and playing left. He is hitless in the NLCS with a 125 OPS. Pete Alonso batting cleanup and playing first. 1 stolen base, a 143 average, 4.76 OPS. And Starlin Marte is batting fifth and in right field. A 333 average and a 7.77 OPS with 1 RBI. JD Martinez, the designated hitter, batting sixth. He does not have an at-bat in the series. Jose Iglesias, OMG, is batting .286 with a 6.61 OPS. And Tyrone Taylor is in center field and batting eighth. He has 1 RBI, a 200 average, an OPS of 829. Back behind home plate, it's Francisco Alvarez. He has a 167 average and a 4.53 OPS. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Marvin Hudson. Bill Miller is your first base umpire. Second base will be manned by David Rackley, and down the third base line, it's Jordan Baker. Deep in the left field corner, you have Jeremy Rehak, and the right field will be manned by Mike McClinsky. Game time temperatures are expected to be in the very low 50s here in Queens, New York. The series is tied at 1 apiece, a best of 7. The next 3 nights, we're right here in the Big Apple. 8:08 first pitch tonight, 8:08 first pitch tomorrow night, and a 4:08 pitch on Friday. Mark it on your calendar. If there is a Game 7, we'll be here Monday. That game right now is set for 8:08 Eastern Time. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Trolley Dodgers versus the Metropolitans in New York City, the birthplace of professional baseball in this great land. The Dodgers are minus 115 on the money line. The over-under is 7.5. Mets minus 180 on the run line. Dodgers plus 150 on the other side. Our pick to click tonight on the New York side, we're going to go with Pete Alonso. He's 5 for 14 with the 357 average versus Walker Buehler. With that, he has 4 home runs and 8 RBI with only 1 strikeout. We're going to take on the Dodgers side, facing Luis Severino. Give me Shohei Ohtani, 3 for 6 lifetime with a home run and an RBI. We're going to take a high-scoring affair here in New York, even with the cool temperatures. We think the offense has the advantage on the arms tonight. Give me the LA Dodgers to win a wild one. Trolley Dodgers 9, Metropolitans 7. We got the emojis for the Dodgers and Mets for you country club members. Whoever you're pulling for, kick it in the chat. We experiment with some new wrinkles in tonight's broadcast. It's time to warm up those emojis, country club and seamheads. Get your game face on. LA versus New York for the right to go to the Fall Classic.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call. Yeah. Roll call.
evening. Hope everybody's having a great night, as we're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of the National League Championship Series. As we are getting set to do a little roll call here, and we're going to experiment with something tonight. I know it's going to be a little wonky, but we're going to see if we can pull something off here that I was looking at. Basically, well, you'll just have to wait and see. I'm experimenting with what we can and cannot do with the screen. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into roll call real quick. Fire right through these. We'll hit the country club members first and then go from there. Good evening, Beeve and Keith Parker, country club members. Daniel Berry, country club member. Let's see, who else do we have here? JC. Also country club members in the chat. Who else do we have in here tonight? A lot of folks in the chat. Let me see who we have with it as an actual country club member. Scrolling through here. James Hagan. Good to see you, country club member. We'll get to the rest of y'all as the game unfolds, but want to go ahead and get the country club members in. Appreciate y'all subscribing and liking and becoming a country club member. Luis Severino is firing his final warm-up pitches. Mets are going to be wearing their alternate jerseys. It's a black jersey, black cap, blue lettering, neon orange surrounding everything with the Mets, and the brown pants, the white pants with the orange or blue and orange stripe down the side. As Severino about to fire his final warm-up tosses, the Dodgers will be wearing their classic road grays. Dodger across the chest, LA on the helmet, blue helmet, white lettering, gray jerseys, blue lettering, Dodger blue. We are just about set as Shohei Ohtani is getting into the box. And Severino comes set. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in the National League. First pitch on the way is scalded on the ground over to first. Good play by Shohei. Good swing by Shohei. Good play by Alonso. And it's going to be a G3 in your scorecard. One down. One down. Now, this is where we're going to see if this may improve or not improve everybody's look here. Severino comes set. The first pitch on the way. Fires a fastball in the outer cut. It's 1-0. The 1-0. I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait until there's a batter on base to play with that. The 1-0 pitch. Right there for a strike, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Severino brings it. 96, down and away. Called for a wide strike, 1-2. Your home plate umpire tonight is Marvin Hudson. He is not one of the worst at the game, but he is known for having a pitcher's strike zone. The 1-2 misses well and out of the zone, dribbles away as Alvarez was unable to grab it. It's 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Good to see Willis in the chat. John, the 2-2. Down and away, 3-2. So a full count now to Mookie Betts. Righty-righty matchup. Severino brings it. 93 outside. Oh, my word. Called for a strike 3. Mookie can't believe it, but that is Marvin Hudson in a nutshell. He gives wide and low strikes all night long. As you can see from old Chunky Marvin behind the plate, he's always in a hurry to get to dinner, so he speeds up the game. That pitch, if you're just listening on the radio and not seeing our view here on Braves Country Radio on YouTube, it was probably about 2 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches off the plate. So 2 down, Freddie Freeman, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup. The first pitch, swing and a miss, 96 miles an hour right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swung on, ripped down the first base line, but foul. 0-2. Mets nothing, Dodgers nothing. Top of the first inning. The 0-2 from Severino. Pauses, fires it. 95 up top, misses high. Just out of the zone. 1-2. So 1-2 count. Severino, they set up inside the pitch. Inside 95, good frame by Alvarez, but missed well inside 2-2. Standing on deck is Max Muncy. They've got the left-handed Muncy batting fifth tonight, not Hernandez. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3. Severino and the Mets put the Dodgers down in order. We'll be back in a flash here on the 2024 NLCS.
And here's for helping me install a much-needed and much-appreciated garbage disposal in my bathtub.
Yeah. You have a garbage disposal in your bathtub?
Oh, yeah, and I use it all the time. Yeah, I made this whole meal in there.
This food was in the shower with you?
Mm-hmm. I prepared it as I bathed.
Soldiers in both armies played ball whenever and wherever they could. Just like boys, one of them remembered.
If there was any transforming incident in the history of baseball, as in the history of this country, it was the Civil War. Play in the 1840s and 50s was not for the middle class. It was not for the working class. It was reserved for so-called gentlemen. Play became democratic when it became portable. It became a people's game.
You shut up! You shut up! I'm so scared right now, you shut up! Are you doing this? No, I'm doing this!
Welcome back. Walker Buehler set to take the mound. Righty-lefty matchup. Francisco Lindor digs in. First pitch on the way, 94 inside. Lindor tried to lean into it to get hit in the bottom left leg, but he did not get aboard that way. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Misses high, 92 out of the zone. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Very interesting choice of Walker Buehler being the starter tonight. He has been dreadful this year, the 2-0. Swung on, lifted high into deep center field, going back on the track, making the running catch is Kike Hernandez for a loud out number one. It's one of the reasons why we picked a high-scoring game. We figured with the Dodger offense and Walker Buehler on the mound, I believe scoring is going to come in bunches tonight. So one down. Vientos will be the batter. Matt Vientos with a grand slam in game 2, in case you missed the game. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 91 out wide. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. 378 this postseason with the 1086 OPS is Vientos. With 3 home runs and 11 RBI. He uses his timeout here. He has been on fire the back half of the season. One of the big reasons why the Mets did make the postseason. The 0-1, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Righty-righty matchup. He kicks and brings it. Sweeper misses well outside wide, 1-2. Walker Buehler has been throwing 7 pitches this year. Maybe that's been his problem, too many pitches. But he'll go to the 4-seamer 29% of the time. The cutter 21 is the 1-2 in the dirt. Did he go around? They check down the line. First base umpire Bill Miller says no dice. Even count. So a cutter at 21%, a curve at 19, and a sinker at 16. So those 4 pitches pretty close across the board. And then he has 3 more. Is the 2-2. Swing! Chops it off his inset. We'll do it again. He throws a slider, a change, and a sweeper, all at about 5% of the time. The 2-2 from Buehler. Rocks and fires. In the dirt, sweeper once again. Full count. So he got ahead 0-2 and now nibbles his way to behind. And you got a full count here. Standing on deck is Nimmo. Alonso in the hole. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the cutter on the outer edge. 2 away. The main thing that's been killing Buehler is the second and third time through the lineup this year. Remember, he's coming off a major injury. Tommy John surgery, and he's really battled back from it. So this is a guy who's been trying to find his way back after that injury in 2022. First pitch on the way to Nimmo is right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Good to see you, Brian Andrews, Country Club member. I think we said hi to Keith. The 0-1 swung on, chopped over towards the third base side. That's going to be a fair ball. Muncy has no chance. He'll just stick it in his pocket. Even with Nimmo limping down the line with that turf toe, Nimmo still hustled it out and was able to beat it out. Pretty sure we said good evening to the Beeve. See who else do we have here as I try to scroll through here in between pitches. So 1 on, 2 out. Underwater, good to see you, Dion. First pitch on the way to Alonso. He's a sweeper down and away. It's 1-0. 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Good evening, Robert. Pitch. 94 down the pipe. 1-1. 1-1 count. Jason Good to see you. The pitch, down and away, 2-1. If we missed anybody, just jump back into the chat. Scrolled all the way up and grabbed all the ones. Good to see you, Ryan. The 2-1 count. Bueller fires it. Swing and a miss. Sweeper down and away. 2-2. Though he's only been throwing that sweeper 4 to 5% of the time all year, he's really laid into it this inning. Might be setting him up for the next time around. The 2-2. Another sweeper misses. Ball 3, 3-2. So now you got Nemo, who'll be off on the pitch with a full count and 2 outs. He's really nursing that injury. I'm a little surprised they haven't sat him down for a few days. He hasn't been hitting that well. I'm sure he's arguing to get himself in the lineup. Nemo, if there's one thing he is a gamer. The payoff pitch, runner goes, swing, smacks it back foul. We'll do it again. I'm sure Nemo's sitting there going, man, strikeout, walk, get a hit, whatever. But I don't need 5 or 6 payoff pitches here with my bum digit. Full count. Righty, here it comes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him. Sweeper once again. He's got that one working. We'll see if he leans into it. We'll be back in a flash. NLCS game number 3 in Queens.
It's not that I hold. Change doesn't just happen. It is forged by empowered women like me and Norma Ray and the lady from The Blind Side. You know what the difference is between me and her? Blind Side's family had her back.
Okay, huddle up, everybody. Your mother's right. She's the quarterback of this family, and we need to protect her like Blindside did.
She just said the mom was Blindside.
Well, she's confused. Blindside was the black kid who played tight end.
Offensive line.
Sorry, African-American kid.
Join the country club today. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops. Members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you should probably throw away that unopened bag of salad mix that's been sitting in your fridge for about 3 weeks.
I think there's comfort in continuity. So many things in our country have changed drastically, as they must over the years and over the decades. Violent disruptions. And although baseball has changed, its essence remains the same. It's one of the enduring institutions in our country, and I think we take some comfort from that.
Almost against my will, I got back to Fenway Park. Somehow it felt disloyal to the Brooklyn Dodgers, but it seemed crazy to let this love affair go on the rest of my life and never enjoy another team. So reluctantly, in about 67, a perfect time, I started going back to Fenway Park. And then that whole season took place, and it was such a miracle at first that they had been in 9th place the year before, and they had this impossible dream of a year, that at first I didn't see the similarities between the Red Sox and the Brooklyn Dodgers. I thought I'd found a winner, finally. But then the similarities set in.
Welcome back. Nothing, your score. We head to the top of the second inning, and the Dodgers are going to be looking to try to get aboard against Severino. He had a clean, perfect first inning. He's set to face Muncy, Hernandez, and Lux in this inning. Severino comes set. And the first pitch on the way is 83 mile an hour to Lux. Up top for a ball, it's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Muncy kicks and fires. Inside, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night. Muncie, the 2-0, inside 93, 3-0. So the 3-0 count. The pitch on the way. Swing, rips it down the first base line. Foul, 3-1. I'm going to try to reset this screen. I'm not 100% sure what is going on with it, but we'll go in and go out real quick. Sometimes that fixes it if you're watching on YouTube Live or on our Facebook. The 3-1 from Severino. Brings it. Up high, misses. Ball 4. So the Dodgers have the leadoff runner on here to start the second inning, and that'll bring up Teoscar Hernandez. The wind appears to be whipping in right now. First pitch on the way, misses high. 1-0. So maybe a little more difficult to get the ball out. The 1-0. Misses high, ball 2, 2-0. I don't know if that affects the Dodgers as much, as they're not necessarily just a home run team. They're a team that goes for bullets in the gap. But it is something you keep an eye on. Now, whether or not the wind stays that way all night is a different story. The 2-0 pitch, 96 up top, 2-1. Mets nothing, Dodgers nothing, top of the second inning. The 2-1 pitch, 97 outside wide, 2-2. 2-2 count from Severino. He'll show you a four-seam, a sinker, a sweeper, a cutter, change, and slider. He likes to lean on the four-seamer, and the four-seam, sinker, and sweeper are his three go-tos. The other three just to keep you honest. The 2-2 pitch, swing, chops it in front of the mound. Alvarez has it, fires it down to second. The ball gets away. It's a bad throw. Pops out of the glove of Iglesias. Muncie will have to stop where he's at second. He thought about running down to third, but Francisco Lindor was quick to get the ball. Muncie probably would have been gunned down. So the Dodgers have first and second. Nobody out. It's kind of a wide throw, but honestly, looking at the replay, Iglesias has to block that ball and keep it from getting to Muncie. He's got to be able to make that catch. But it will be an E2 in your scorecard. So first and second, nobody out. First pitch on the way to Lux is up top for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 brings it. Swing, chops it foul. 1-1. Looked like Muncie's getting a pretty good sized lead over there. He was heading towards third. That's the action version of the cam. That's what we're playing around with tonight to see if that's something. It's really something you can only use when there's guys on base. The 1-1 inside, 2-1. When you have this camera, when there's nobody on, it's very hard to see the strike zone. But this gives you a view of what's going on in the base paths. 2-1 count, something you can't even see on the TV screen. The 2-1 count, swing, rips it up the middle, and Severino drops it. He gathers himself, flips it to first. It's going to be a 1-3 put out, but on the play, the runners move up to second and third with one away. If Severino fields that cleanly, he's probably going to be able to get the runner at second. I don't know if they would have gotten the double play, but as opposed to second and third one out, you would have had runners on the corners one out. But nonetheless, he does get the out. You can't assume a double play, so no error on the call. First pitch on the way to Will Smith, swing and a miss, strike, it's 0-1. Really is surprising to see Will Smith batting so far down in the order. He's been so good for the Dodgers over the years. He's really been in a slump, batting .087 this postseason. The 0-1, swing, rifles it foul down the line, 0-2. He's a guy that always seemed to come up in the clutch. So there's no way you take him out of the lineup, but they have pushed him much further down in the lineup. Second and third one out. The infield is back. The 0-2 inside. Sweeper misses. 1-2. Severino was gunning for the outside corner. Just didn't have the grip on it. Sometimes with that cold air, you're going to get some of these types of pitches where they just lose the grip. The 1-2. Swing. Pops it down the line. Foul. We'll do it again. Standing on deck is the shortstop, Tommy Edman, in the hole, Kike Hernandez. So a 1-2 count. Righty. Here's the pitch. Swing. Fouls it down the line again. Will Smith really defending that plate, making sure that he doesn't get called on a wide strike. Might have swung at a few of those pitches that are just off the plate. But with 2 strikes, you can understand why he's being aggressive. The 1-2. Up high, misses, 97 miles an hour. 2-2. Severino there just trying to change the sight pattern on the batter. Throwing so many pitches out wide and low. Just trying to pop one inside. Maybe they'll go back to that bender on the outer edge. The 2-2. Swing, rifles it foul down the line again. And he is really making him work. This is a heck of an at-bat by Will Smith no matter what happens. This will be the 8th. Make that the 8th pitch of the at-bat on the way here. Second and third one out. The 2-2. Inside, ball 3. So a full count for Will Smith. About to see his 9th pitch from Severino. Edman standing on deck. Whenever you see that many pitches in an at-bat, it only helps you out, if not now, later. The 3-2 pitch swung on. That ball's dribbled off of the glove of Severino, and that's going to be an L.A. Dodger first run. Dodgers take the lead 1-0. Another bad fielding play by Severino. See how they call that. They may give that an infield single. Looks like that they will off the front end. Sometimes they will go back and change it. But as of right now, it's an infield single. It's an RBI. And Will Smith comes through in a big way to crack the scoreboard for the Dodgers. 1-0 the score, and they're all going to go out there and have a quick chat. Probably just to give him, if nothing else, a quick reset with that many pitches and then trying to make the fielding play. Severino could be just out of breath. So runners on the corners, 1 out. Tommy Edman, the batter. Righty, lefty at the switch hitting shortstop, former St. Louis Cardinal. The first pitch shows bunt, pulls it back. It's 1-0. Both runners went about 25 to 30% down the line. So if he was looking for a squeeze, it would have been either a sack squeeze as the 1-0. Misses high again. Called that a strike. I don't know about that one. Wow. 1-1. That one was about 2 or 3 inches out of the zone. 1-1 count. Doesn't look like they're going for a suicide squeeze at this point. 1-1 count. Hernandez, the man standing at third, good speed, but not great. Smith with good catcher speed at first. Kike Hernandez looms on deck. The 1-1. Swing! That ball's lifted high into right center field. Going back on the track. Making a sliding incredible catch. Holy cow, Tyrone Taylor. But the Dodgers will tag up and score. It's 2-0. But my God, that was splitting the gap. Marte and Taylor actually made contact with each other. Wouldn't really call it a collision. It was more of, as Taylor was sliding feet first, making the catch, Marte cut across and spun him around by hitting his lead leg at the 380 sign out there in deep right field, right center field. Wow. That was unbelievable catch by Tyrone Taylor. Runner at first, 2 outs. First pitch on the way to Kike is right up top there for a strike. It's 0-1. Because the ball was so close to getting into the gap, the runner at first was darn near at second base. Had to retreat. The 0-1, 95 off the plate. Called for a wide strike. Terrible call once again by Marvin Hudson. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Brings it. 96 caught, looking strike 3. That one you got to swing the bat. The first one, Kike had an argument. So that'll end the inning, but not before the Dodgers put 2 on the board. It's 2-0. We head to the bottom of the second here in Gotham.
Strippers have always used names of expensive things like Diamond or Mercedes. Nowadays, DJs be like, please welcome gas and eggs to the main stage.
Most of the problems in your life are probably your fault. And don't hear what I'm not saying. I do understand you. I get that being a victim makes you feel like you have a get-out-of-jail-free card for being a and I'm here to tell you, no. Stick with me here. You might not be depressed. You might just need to go find a glass of water, eat a salad, have a decent sleep schedule. I have insomnia, do you? Or do you just lack the self-control to put the phone down? I'm not saying these things because I'm trying to be an I'm saying them because when I say you're not allowed to quit, I truly mean it. However, until you start taking accountability for the things that are your fault, then nobody can help you. Have a great day. Whoop.
Hey, baby! We're gonna be here all day! We're gonna be here all day, baby! I like this kind of party!
Say the weird thing.
Is a police officer obstructing a citizen's right to freedom of speech if they handcuff a deaf person?
Bob Gibson's first pitch to Yastrzemski. Here's the pitch. He swung at a base hit out of the right field.
Yastrzemski continued his tear, hitting .400, smashing 3 home runs, and in one game driving in 4 of Boston's 5 runs. But Bob Gibson overwhelmed nearly every other Red Sox hitter.
Gibson set. Here's the pitch. Strike 3.
Despite an aching elbow, he won the first game, took 3 days off, then won the 4th.
He struck him out swinging.
3 days later, he was called in again to pitch the 7th against Boston's best, Jim Lonborg, who had also won his 2 games, but who was starting with only 2 days' rest.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Walker Buehler is high and out of the zone to Starlin Marte. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Sinker over the top. 1-1. 1-1 count. Buehler, 21 pitches in. Kicks and fires. 90 outside wide. 2-1. I'm sure Buehler's wanting to know why he's not getting this thing calls off the plate that Severino was getting. So a 2-1 count. Walker, swing, chops it over towards second. Lux has it, flips it over to Freddie. It's going to be 4-3 on the putout. One away. One thing that can help a struggling pitcher is when you get him a couple of runs to start the game off. Takes a little bit of the nervousness, the edge off of. He came into today with a 10.8 ERA in the postseason. And his ERA for the season was north of 5, almost 6. First pitch on the way to J.D. Martinez. He's up top for a strike. It's only one. If you combine postseason and regular season, he is over 6 for the year. So the 0-1 pitch spun him around, almost hit him. 1-1. Mets nothing, Dodgers 2 if you're just joining us. Dodgers scored both runs in the top of the second inning. Almost much more. If that wasn't for an incredible sliding catch deep into the right center field gap by Tyrone Taylor, that probably would have cleared the bases. And who knows where that goes from there. Time was called by J.D. Martinez, a 1-1 count. Martinez, 286 in this postseason, has not had an appearance in the NLCS. The 1-1 swing and a miss, 1-2. J.D. Martinez was signed on a one-year deal in the offseason. He was one of the last big-name free agents to sign. Really didn't live up to his billing. He was really more in a platoon role at this point. The 1-2 misses, 2-2. So I was a little surprised you don't see Brandon Nimmo maybe DH and have, if you don't put JD out there and left, to put a different outfielder out and left, because he hasn't brought that much to the table. The 2-2. 95 misses high, 3-2. You'd still want him on your postseason roster, A, for injury, and B, a veteran like that to come off the bench and swing the bat. The payoff pitch, outside wide, ball 4. So the Mets will get things going here in the bottom of the second inning. Jose Iglesias now the batter. His OMG single has been the fight song for the Mets this year. First pitch on the way is way outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. He's batting .222 in the postseason, over .330 in the regular season. Batting .404 at home this year. The 1-0, 95 up top. 1-1. Same two teams tomorrow night, 8:08 first pitch, and then Friday night, Game 5 will be at 4:08. The 1-1 swing. That ball's ripped over towards short off the glove, and it's going to, after bobbling it a couple of times, it is going to be either an infield single or an E6. We'll have to see how they score it. Looks like they're giving him a hit. I can tell you right now, Tommy Edman should have had that ball. You can't assume the double play, but he should have at least gotten one out of that. Played the in-between hop, and it went off the heel of his glove. Then he tried to barehand it without looking at the ball, and it just popped out of his fingertips. So first and second, one out here for the Dodgers. For the Mets. Dodgers leading 2-0, and Tyrone Taylor, the batter. First pitch, knuckle curve down and in. It's 1-0. A lot of times you see guys make a great defensive play in the top half of the inning. They'll come to the bottom half and swing the bat well. Tyrone Taylor making one of the more spectacular defensive plays of this playoffs just half inning ago. The 1-0. Knuckle curve up top. 1-1. 1-1 count. Francisco Alvarez looms on deck. First and second, one out. The pitch. Misses wide. 2-1. The 2-1. Mets fans on their feet. The pitch. 95 on the outer cut, 2-2. So Deuces Wild, second inning. Dodgers lead by 2. 2 on. A 2-2 count to the second baseman, Iglesias. Here's the pitch. Sweeper misses well wide of the zone. Ball 3. So Buehler's really been working that sweeper early on. And now he's worked himself into a hole here. First and second, one out, full count. The pitch. Swing. Rifles it back foul. Do it again. Chilly night here in New York. 53 degrees at first pitch. Expecting to drop into the high 40s by game's end. The 3-2. Down and away, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And the bases are now juiced. Prior, the pitching coach will come out to talk to Buehler. Place is absolutely jumping right now with the bases loaded. One out. Mets trailing by only 2. We're just getting going here. If you're wondering, out in the desert, the over-under was 7.5. Alvarez, who's had some huge hits in his very young Mets career, is coming to the plate. Hits for a low average, but he seems to just have a knack for the moment. We'll see what he can do here. Alvarez steps in, the first pitch, swing and a miss. And when I say he missed, the bat came flying out of his hand. It's 0-1. Well, that's one way to have a flair for the dramatics. That bat rifled straight back. It even was back of the camera well behind. Alvarez taking time to put some stickum on his bat handle. Bases loaded, one out. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 82 right there. It's 0-1. Or 0-2, excuse me. The 0-2 brings it. 95 well off the plate, 1-2. 1-2 count. Dodgers 2, Mets nothing. The pitch, down and away, 2-2. Deuces Wild, bottom of the second, 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. 94. Caught looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 2 away. Man, was that a nice pitch. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the order now, and the man who has carried this team on his back stands at the plate. Francisco Lindor takes the first pitch. Knuckle curve down and away. It's 1-0. 7 grand slams by Lindor in his career. A .336 average, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 95 up top. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Bases juice. Here comes Buehler. Swing and a miss. Knuckle curve. 1-2. Lindor all up to him now. Golden opportunity here by the Mets, going by the wayside. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the 1-2. Buehler comes set. Brings it. Curveball just misses down low, 2-2. Good take by Lindor. So now deuces wild across the board. Bottom of the second, 2-2 count. 2 outs. Dodgers lead by 2. And Lindor digs in. Pitch swung on, pops it up. High in the sky, behind home plate. Chasing back. It'll be out of play. We'll do it again. Will Smith gave chase, but it landed about probably 10 rows or so behind home plate, behind the screen. Buehler, by the way, this will be his 50th pitch, and we're only in the second inning. The 2-2. Here's the pitch. Up high, misses, ball 3, 3-2. They checked down the line, but no way he went. Third base umpire Jordan Baker, who's made some bad calls this year, but this Citi Field crowd became unglued had he called that a strike. So the runners will go. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the knuckle curve to end the inning. And he's talking smack as he walks off the mound. We'll be back in a flash. We got a good one going here in Queens.
I don't do ibuprofen. I do ibupuffin.
Damn! Look at you on my page again. Hi. I thought you didn't like me.
Dad,
Yeah.
you think I can take the truck out of town?
How far?
I don't know, like Yosemite?
Maybe, but this thing's been sitting for 4 years. You need to shake it down and make sure everything works before you take it far out of town. You're gonna get stuck on the side of the road with no cell service for 2 days. That'll set you straight.
You don't think I can survive on stuck on the side of the road for 2 days?
Well, you're kind of an indoor dog, so I'm gonna say no.
What does that mean?
You really want me to answer that? Jesus Christ, man.
All right, look, what if I brought like 5 friends?
Then there'd be 6 of you idiots stuck on the side of the road.
Now to bring up Bob Gibson. The pitch by Lindor. Swung on. A long drive, deep left center, way back. It might be out of here. It is a home run for Bob Gibson.
Gibson won it easily, 7-2, and added insult to injury by hitting a home run of his own.
Joins the list of pitchers who have hit home runs in World Series competition.
In 3 complete series games, he gave up just 14 hits, something no one else had done since Christy Mathewson in 1905. Boston canceled its victory parade. It was a great World Series, but that year more people had watched professional football's first Super Bowl than any series game. Baseball was now said to be too leisurely, too serene to be the national pastime.
Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Shohei Ohtani is swung on and fouled down the line. It's over. The 0-1 brings it up top. 94 misses. 1-1. Severino at 43 pitches. He's given up 2 runs, had a rocky second inning after a clean first. The 1-1 inside 93. Ohtani spins out of the way, 2-1. Standing on deck is Mookie. In the hole is Freddie. If anything gets going, Muncy and Hernandez. The 2-1 pitch, 97 misses. Ball 3, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Mookie on deck. Here's the pitch. Swing! Rattles it foul back behind him. Man, oh man, did he miss timing that one up. You see that on your screen going straight back, and he just missed one. The 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. 97 inside. Ball 4. So he'll head on down to first, and the Dodgers, 1 on, nobody out. First pitch on the way. Severino's going to turn around and flip it over to first, trying to catch Ohtani with his hand in the cookie jar. Righty-righty matchup. The first pitch on the way, right there at the knees. It's 0-1. So an 0-1 count. 90-mile-an-hour slider. Misses high. 1-1. Dodgers 2, Mets nothing. Ohtani leaning off of first. Getting a pretty good lead. The pitch. High and out of the zone. 2-1. The 2-1, 94 inside, cutter, misses. On deck, Freddie Freeman. The 3-1 from Severino brings it. Outside, wide, ball 4. Jeremy Hefner, the pitching coach, is going to head out there to talk to Severino. First and second. Nobody out. And Freddie Freeman coming to the plate. One swing, he could really put a charge into this game. Dodgers lead it 2-0. Severino 52 pitches in. Teams haven't really named the starters going forward in this series, but you can kind of guess it. As the first pitch on the way to Freddie is a sweeper well inside. For a ball, it's 1-0. Mookie at first, Ohtani at second. The 1-0. Swing! Hammers it down the line, foul. 1-1. As far as the Dodgers are concerned, with the starters that have already gone, is the 1-1. Kicks and fires, swung on, fouled back out of play. 1-2. In theory, if you're going off a normal rest, you would think Yamamoto is going to pitch. Is the 1-2. Swing, lifts it high into left field, not very deep, coming in, making the catch is Nimmo. He'll fire it over to third, one away. You got the two big guns that the Dodgers have been using, Flaherty and then Yamamoto. Yamamoto would be due up on Thursday and Flaherty due up on Friday. As far as the Mets are concerned, pitch inside to Max Muncy to start it off. It's 1-0. Senga would be due up on Friday. And as far as tomorrow is concerned, is the 1-0 from Severino. Right there, 96 at the knees, 1-1. You would have to guess that it's either Quintana or Peterson. Probably Quintana, the way they've been doing it. The 1-1. Swing, rips it into right field. That's down for a base hit. And the Dodgers have the bases loaded. They ripped it into right field, but the ball dropped just in front of the feet of Starlin Marte. So Shohei Ohtani had to hold up, but they do have the bases loaded now once again with one out. Remember, they loaded the bases in the second inning as well. Dodgers really getting to Severino early. He started the game off with a 1-2-3, and ever since then has struggled. First pitch on the way, sinker, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. So I would think tomorrow is Quintana, which he has pitched phenomenal baseball in this postseason. He's pitched well above his, fighting well above his weight, as they would say. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. He's always been known as a soft tosser and kind of a junk ball pitcher, but a guy that kind of keeps you off balance. But he has a 0.00 ERA in October. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by Hernandez. 1-2. Teoscar Hernandez, the 2024 Home Run Derby champion, trying to go grand salami on that one. See if he shortens up his swing here on the 1-2. Well outside wide. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Righty. Standing on deck is Lutz. The pitch. Swung on, fisted, over towards third. Soft line drive, easily caught by Vientos. 2 down. So Hernandez comes up snake eyes there. Bases still loaded, 2 outs. Looked like the bat broke, but he swung at a pitch that basically broke off on his handle. Didn't get the bat around quick enough. And L5 is the result. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Gavin Lux the batter. 2 for 9 in the series. Righty lefty. Here's the first pitch. Swing! Fouls it back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Severino, 65 pitches in. You can't figure he's going to go much further regardless. He's just going to run out of gas. The 0-1. Swung on, chops it over back to the mound. That'll get him out of the inning. Severino pumps his fist, and maybe that'll give him a quick breather and regain his composure. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the third we go. It's 2-0 in Gotham.
What you doing?
In the car.
Okay, so I have a question. So if you were a hot dog man and you were selling hot dogs, how would you sell hot dogs?
Hot dog. You want a hot dog? Come get hot dogs. Pickles, like ketchup, mustard, and pickles. I don't like ketchup.
Nobody gonna buy hot dogs from you.
Get the hell out of my...
Hey, Braves Country. This is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Oh, son hit it too. Where we waiting for? Where we waiting from, bro? Gas prices.
Somebody explain this to me. But on a Chevrolet, why does the symbol look like a maxi pad?
Time in the course of a ball game is critically important. A baseball game does not rush by with the blur of action of basketball or hockey. It doesn't exist in these sort of spasms the way that it does in football, where everything is lost in the crash and clash of helmets and pads. Instead, we spend most of our time at a ball game pondering inaction. We are sitting there while the third baseman is standing 7 or 8 feet off the bag. The batter steps out of the batter's box and he lifts the bat behind his head. Pitcher steps off the mound, blows on his fingers. That's the action of baseball. It's the absence of action. What it does is it pulls us to the edges of our chairs. It pulls us to that point of anticipation. It pulls us to wondering what's going to happen and playing the game in our mind before it plays on the field itself.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third we go, 2-0 your score. If you're just joining us, the reason why it's taken so long to get to the second inning, the bottom of the third, is we've had some really long at-bats and innings by the Dodgers so far, even though they've only scored 2. First pitch on the way to Mark Vientos, misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 93, kisses the black, 1-1. Vientos 0 for 1. So you can take that 2 ways if you're a Dodger fan. A, you're getting good at bats, as the 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. And you're really running up the pitch count of Severino, but then the other way you would look at it is you really missed some opportunities to score. The 2-1. Misses high, 3-1. LA 2, New York nothing. early going here in the third inning. The 3-1 pitch, swing, hits it high down the right field side, coming in, making a diving. I don't think he made the catch. He did not. Mookie Betts did a heck of a job of running down the right field side towards the foul line, but he trapped the ball. Good call by Mike McClinsky, the umpire down there in right field. It just went off the outer edge of Mookie's glove if he stuck it out. He trapped it to keep it from going behind him. So it'll be a leadoff single for Vientos. And the New York Mets. First pitch on the way to Nimmo is right down the pipe inside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it. Knuckle curve down and in, 1-1. The 1-1 count. Righty, lefty. Alonso on deck, the pitch. Knuckle curve right there on the outer cut. It's 1-2. Walker Buehler, he is about to hit his 60th pitch with no outs here in the third. So both starting pitchers at a high pitch count early on. The 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Buehler was able to dance out of danger his last inning. He's had traffic all over the base paths in all three of his innings so far. The 2-2. Swing, slaps it over to third. Good catch by Muncy. He fakes the throw to first, but Vientos read the play pretty well, one away. I think Nimmo was just looking at the big hole he had over there on the left side. He hit it in the one spot that he shouldn't have. Huge hole between Muncy and the third base line. Pete Alonso stands in. First pitch on the way. 94 right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Pete Alonso. The 0-1. Brings it. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Buehler comes set. Swing. That ball is blasted high and deep. Going back on the track. Making the catch at the very back of the wall is Teoscar Hernandez for a long, high, loud out number 2. How he did not get that out of here, I'm thinking the weather had something to do with that. Because that is a ball that normally, if Alonso tags like that, it leaves the building. With the wind blowing in and the cold temperatures, that ball was definitely an October out, as they call it. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss at the knuckle curve. It's 0-1. Talked about at the top of the show that you're going to need more line drives as opposed to big towering shots to score tonight. The 0-1 swung on, rifled foul down the line. It's 0-2. You can get the ball out, but you're going to have to tag it. You can't have such a large launch angle because that wind whipping in from right center is just going to, left center is just going to knock it down. It's blowing left to right. The 0-2 swung on. That ball's foul. We'll do it again. So an 0-2 count. Runner at first. 2 outs. Righty-righty matchup. Buehler, 67 pitches in. Here's the pitch. Whoa, that ball got him. Marte will head on down to first. Got him up around the left bicep, I believe. He appears to be okay. It might have got him. He wears an orange pad on his elbow that goes up towards his bicep, and that might have got the pad. If not, it hit it just above it. He'll head on down to first. First and second, 2 outs now. Righty-righty matchup. J.D. Martinez, the batter. Buehler kicks and fires. First pitch, misses off the plate, called for another wide strike. It's 0-1. Ridiculously bad call. If the Foxcast broadcast did a better job of showing the box, you would see it much more. The 0-1, down and in, 1-1. You almost start to wonder if the Fox FS1 folks, if they are for some reason on the side of the umpires, because they have a very faint box that they put on the screen. You can barely make it out unless you're really paying attention to it. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. All the other broadcasts, whether it's TBS, ESPN, Bally's, you name it, they all have the outline box with the white chalk. This one, basically all they do is just change the shade. The 1-2, outside wide, 2-2. That pitch was well out of the zone. In fact, Will Smith had to slide over there to block it. So a 2-2 count, deuces wild. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Buehler gets out of another one. We head to the 4th. It's 2-0 here in New York City. The Dodgers grab the bats when we come back, leading by only 2.
I'm not a racist. My favorite movie is Rocky.
What does that make you not racist?
Apollo Creed is in the movie.
So?
So, he's a black guy who wins against a white guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it's assuming you count Italians as whites, which I mostly do. Of course, they weren't white up until the 1960s. They got a big bump after Korea. And it wasn't so much they got more white, the Cubans got more black, but I was okay with that too.
Isn't this the toast that got you kicked out of Ronnie's wedding?
Again, he married an Italian.
Jesus.
You think you could babysit your cousin?
Of course I can.
Yeah, if he cries, what do you do?
If he cries?
Yeah.
I'm smacking the shit out of him. I'll be like, shut the f***.
Probably hungry.
Oh, then I'll feed him.
Okay, but what if he doesn't want food?
Now I'm smacking him. I'll be like,
no, he could be tired.
Oh, then I'll lay him down for a nap.
Okay, but what if he keeps crying?
You already know I'm him up.
No, you'll rock him.
That's what I mean. I'm rocking his jawline.
I mean, rock him.
Oh, rock him.
Yes, and then he'll probably go to sleep.
Okay, and then if he don't, that's when I'll...
Dick Williams had come in as a drill sergeant manager, vowing to change the atmosphere of what everyone referred to as the country club of the Boston Red Sox.
Well, I made a statement and everybody laughed at me, especially the New England writers.
Dick, will you make a prediction for the 1967 Red Sox?
I honestly think we'll win more ball games than we lose.
They thought I was nuts.
But Williams had a plan. He was going to go with his young players, like shortstop Rico Petrocelli, first baseman George Scott, and center fielder Reggie Smith. And he was going to get them to play his way.
Good defense, played good, smart baseball, ran the bases well, and were able to get bunts down and hit and run, do those things. He felt that we had a chance.
And the young players weren't the only players who were inspired. Sensing a chance to turn the franchise around, Yaz attacked the season with a renewed vigor.
Tired of losing, Yaz got himself in the greatest shape of his life. He worked out, he got stronger, they tried to pitch him in. Now he was getting the bat out, his hands in, the bat out, and bang! Now he was hitting home runs.
Thank you for the contribution, James. We head to I'll tell you what, the Mets are really dancing through danger here. They are somehow only down 2-0. And the Mets, though they've had some ducks on the pond, the Dodgers have just been loading the bases up, and they just can't come through with the big hit. Now, one of them is that great catch made by Tyrone Taylor. What is the name of that show? I'm going to start calling this Walton Mountain. Yeah, it was the Waltons. First pitch on the way. It's from Severino's outside wide for a ball. Just want to know everyone. Good night, John Boy. They called that a strike. Oh my God. The 0-1 inside 1-1. I'll tell you what, man, this Marvin Hudson, the width of his strike zone, though it is consistent, it'll drive you nuts if you're a batter. The 1-1 swung on, popped up high in the sky. Coming over making the catch is Iglesias, just past second base area, just north of the dirt on the outfield grass and right. One away. So one down. Yeah, if any of y'all ever watch Walton Mountain, I always notice that people people always say goodnight and everything and tell you everything, why they're going to bed on here. It always cracks me up. The 0-1. Outside wide. From Severino, the 0-1 swing. That ball's hammered down the first base side, but foul. Not sure what's going on here, so we're going to have to refresh this. Maybe if we change the view, it'll go back to... Broken bat, so Edmund had to go to the dugout, and while he does that, we'll refresh the screen. I'm guessing by next year they'll have this 3D hitting on all cylinders. Still waiting for them to do something with it on football, but as of right now, we're just using the scoreboards. Our next football broadcast, by the way, is the 0-2. Misses high, 1-2. Will be a week from Saturday. This Saturday, I have to go to a wedding this weekend. It is why we don't have a game this weekend. As the 1-2 from Severino, 73rd of the night, in the dirt, 2-2. But next Saturday we will have, I believe next Saturday is Florida versus Texas, back with our high noon kickoffs. The 2-2. Swing, chops it down the first base line. We'll do it again. And then the following is the Army Air Force second game of the Commander-in-Chief Trophy. The third being in December when we do our annual Army-Navy game. The 2-2 pitch. Swing. Fouls it away. We'll do it again. Dodgers 2, Mets nothing. Top of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped foul. Just got enough to stay alive. Edmund, his first time up, he's the one that rifled that ball into the outfield. Incredible catch made by Tyrone Taylor, the center fielder of the New York Mets. The 2-2 from Severino. Lets her rip. Inside, spun him around. Full count. The payoff pitch from Severino. Swing. Pops it up. High in the sky. Who wants it? Lindor calls everybody off. He'll catch the can of corn on the infield grass. 2 down. 2 down. Now coming to the plate for the Dodgers, it'll be Kike Hernandez. Kike, his last time up, struck out. First pitch on the way, swung on, pops it up. Another can of corn just past the infield grass. Nope. Nimmo's going to call off Lindor at the last second. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So that's something unheard of for Severino since the first. 3 up, 3 down, 1, 2, 3. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, 2-0 in New York.
I'm sorry, I'm such a bad host. Can I get you guys something to drink? Oh, please, you're fine. I'll have a water when you get a second. Water? Got it. Dawn, did you want a water or anything? I'll do a root beer float. You can't just go to someone's house and ask them to make you a root beer float. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, I would. I just don't have root beer. Oh, okay, it's fine. I'll have a milkshake then. Dude, pick a household drink. I don't know which ones are. What did you get? Water. Water? Okay. Do you have ice? Yeah, I have ice. I'll do a snow cone then.
To the 98% of people who follow me but don't talk to me, who are you? Do you like taco?
I ain't real proud of this, but damn, I've been drinking the out of them White Claws. I talked a lot of about them, but they kind of are nice. By the time I drink 15 beers, I'm so burpy and farty, I might need to spit up with a little and I drink liquor the same way I drink beer, and that's fast. Then the only one around here having fun is me and maybe a cop that gets a chance to kick my ass. He's got his taser out as soon as he shows up. Can't say I blame him. All he's heard is that there's a belligerent drunk 6'2" Sasquatch running around, and he is unpredictable at best. There ain't no brakes on this train. But them old claws, yeah, they taste about like you're making out with a cat that has a piece of fruit in its mouth. But I can put 12 of them down in a pretty reasonable amount of time. Biggest problem I see with them, though, is the price point. It's a little ridiculous to price a product that high in such economic times. It's arguably the hardest it has ever been out here for a pimp.
No doubt about it, the 67 Sox will be becoming a team with championship dreams.
It was a game in Fenway Park in late June against the Chicago White Sox when the Red Sox fell behind by a run in the bottom of the 11th inning, and Tony came up and hit a 2-run home run to win the game, and it was like an exuberance. Fans went crazy. They hadn't seen things like this in a long time.
Welcome back. Walker Buehler will go back to work against Iglesias. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way is a fastball. Just misses outside. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. 92. High. I mean high. Strike. 1-1. So not only is he calling him wide and low, now he's calling him high. He's got a strike zone about the size of a barn back there. One run right there at the knees, 1-2. 1-2 count. Swing. Chops it foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. Dodgers 2, Mets nothing, bottom of the fourth inning. The 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. Standing on deck is Taylor. Alvarez in the hole. So the 7, 8, 9 batters due up this inning. The 2-2 from Buehler. Way outside wide, ball 3, 3-2. Full count. Walker Buehler about to throw his 80th pitch here in the fourth inning. Kicks and fires. Swung on, sliced into right field. Making the catch is Mookie Betts. One away. If he has a quick inning, you could see Buehler coming out for the fifth. But if not, they're just trying to get him through 4 and then turn it over to the bullpen. Difference between the playoffs and the postseason, as they like to call it, and the regular season. First pitch on the way is well off the plate wide. It's 1-0. So if you think about it from a managerial position, you're just trying to get to that next off day on Saturday. So you never have long stints where your bullpen's just going to get crushed. 1-0, right there on the outer edge, 1-1. That's why I've always said that the most important thing to win a World Series is the bullpen, because if you have a deep bullpen, you can really make it work as the 1-1 swing and a miss 1-2. A lot of times in the postseason, the team that goes the furthest, their starters are really just window dressing. Your starting pitching wins you division titles. Your bullpen wins you the World Series. The 1-2, down below the knees, 2-2. Now, with that being said, you can't have horrendous outings by your starting pitching. But if you look at the difference between this game and Game 2, the Dodgers, who went to a bullpen game, they imploded, and the Mets took advantage of it at the beginning of the game to take that 6-0 lead as the 2-2. Swung on, ripped over towards short. Eben has it, throws it. Bad throw, but a good scoop by Freddie Freeman. Backhanded stab. 2 away. That was a iffy throw at best. Freddie Freeman played that hop perfectly for the second out of the inning. But I'd say the biggest difference between this game and Game 2 was that when the Dodgers got in trouble in Game 2, the Mets took advantage with the grand slam. The Dodgers have not done that. They've only scored the 2 runs so far. Francisco Alvarez takes the first pitch outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Outside wide, 2-0. So 2-0 count. Righty. Pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did. 2-1. The 2-1. Alvarez digs in. Swing and a miss. 93. Blew it right by him. 2-2. See, y'all talking about voting. We actually mailed our, me and my wife, we mailed our ballots off today. The 2-2. 93. Caught, looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. That's just a reminder to get out there and vote. Even if you're going to make a bad decision, it is your decision to make. We'll be back in a flash here on the National League Championship Series. Game number 3. We got a tight one here in New York.
I'm going to go ahead and say, if a man cheats, he needs 5 points deducted from his credit score. Because, Dan, if I can't trust you, why should the bank?
Man, ain't this the truth? White clubs be free and fun. Black clubs might be $40 and you might die. What a lie at. You go to a white club, somebody in the back gonna holler, "Hey, all drinks on me." You go party with the black people. Even the gun sounds in the songs make you nervous, boy. You can walk in a white club and make a lot of friends. A lot of friends. You go to a black club and have a potential opposition. You go to a white club, they got a dress code to make sure you ain't got no weapons on you. You go to a black club, you can wear a size 60 pants with a rocket launcher on your hip, and they gonna act like they didn't feel it. At white clubs, they make flyers and stuff. Hey, man, you wear Aeropostales and Sperry's, you get in free. Then you hear it at our clubs, look, ladies free all night, and make sure y'all fellas bring that bag, you heard me?
Y'all, can somebody explain to me why my wife can't remember where she put her hair tie, but she can remember something I said on December 21st of 2021 at 6:40 p.m.?
Football demonstrates the manic division of labor that makes life confusing and I should think unsatisfying. I mean, who wants to grow up to be a third and long yardage pulling guard?
I once had to think of 99 reasons why baseball was better than football. I already had an assignment to do a magazine piece on that topic, and I thought it would take me a long time to write it, but I finished before lunch. It really isn't difficult. I think the first thing is that baseball has no halftime. Then it has no bands at halftime.
It may be that the most American thing about baseball is that it, as we, the fans, take it, it is a refuge from America. I think that when we go to baseball, we are going away from the America of our daily lives. We
we go to something that we now consider pastoral. It seems to us historic and connected with the past.
In addition, football combines the two worst features of modern American life. It's violence punctuated by committee meetings.
We'll all calm down. Boss, he's just a little excited. I know. I'm going to use good judgment. I haven't lost my temper in 40 years. But, Pilgrim, you caused a lot of trouble this morning. Might have got somebody killed. And somebody ought to belt you in the mouth. But I won't. The hell I will.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Shohei Ohtani. He's down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Looked like the sweeper that missed with Severino. His 81st pitch of the night. Swing! That ball's belted high. Not very deep. Wind's going to knock it down into right field, making the catch. Starlin Marte, one away. He hit it right into the teeth of that wind. I don't think that ball was going to go very far anyways, but you could see the drastic turn that ball took. Bueller appears to be done as he got high fives in the dugout. He was at 90 pitches. First pitch on the way to Mookie Betts is up and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 97 on the outer cut. 1-1. Looked like a wide strike. Strike nonetheless. 1-1 count. 96. Severino's bringing it now, 1-2. Dodgers 2, Mets nothing. The 85th of the night by Luis. Swing. That ball's ripped over towards short. Good play by Lindor. He'll fire it over to first. 6-3 put out. Nifty play by Francisco Lindor. 2 away. Two down. First pitch to Freddie Freeman is swung on and lifted foul deep and out of play down the left field line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-1. 1-1 count. Swing. That ball's ripped up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit, and Freddie Freeman has his first. Man, he is still limping down towards the first base line. 1 on, 2 outs. Max Muncy, the batter, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way, down and in. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Inside, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Max Muncy 1 for 1 on the night. The 2-0 pitch. Swing. Slices it. Foul. Bangs off the facade up top and back into play. 1 on, 2 outs, the 2-1 pitch, down and in, ball 3. Max Muncy walked his first time up, singled to right his last time up. He hit a home run in game 2 of this series. The 3-1 to Muncy. They set up high and outside. Swing, chops it foul. Back behind home plate. Might have got a piece of his foot. Full count. So that means Freddie Freeman can be on the go. I don't know how much of a lead he'll get. Think about how cruel it is that him and Nimmo are both dealing with the injuries and are having to go on the full count. The 3-2 swing. That ball's fouled off. Freddie was jogging towards first, though. He's probably got that ankle wrapped so tight he can't feel anything. Warming up in the pen for the Metropolitans is Garrett, Reed Garrett, the right-hander. The payoff pitch from Severino. Hernandez on deck. Freddie goes. Inside, ball 4. So that'll head him down to first. That'll head Freddie down to second. 2 outs. And Hernandez is coming to the plate, and that'll be it for Severino. Reed Garrett will be coming in to face Teoscar Hernandez when we come back. Mets, Dodgers, 2-0. Game number 3. Tied 1 apiece here in the NLCS. What a series it's been so far. $7.15 by DM Magee, 2024. At 7:14, while enduring the hate, he carried the ghosts and stepped to the plate, echoing down from the great Yankee lore, the Bambino's shadow larger from days of before. Henry brushed back the pressure that loomed, threats from fanatics, knowing records were doomed. Into the box, and here comes the pitch. 7:15, it flipped like a switch. Fans escorted 44 round the bases. Hammer and Hank lit up their faces with smiles that unite as he wiped away tears. He hugged Mama tight for so many years. The Hammer had climbed the ladder to the top. A sigh of relief. Briefly, time stopped. We recall and rewind the impossible dream. That night down in Georgia of 7:15. 7:15 by DM Magee, 2024. Welcome back. Teoscar Hernandez is going to be the batter. Teoscar Hernandez be a righty-righty matchup with Reed Garrett on the mound. He's throwing his final warm-up tosses. Runners on first and second. There are 2 out. Reed Garrett comes in to face Hernandez. First pitch on the way. Sweeper. Kind of a tight sweeper. Almost like a slower cutter. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Garrett comes set. Looks back the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 98 miles an hour. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Mets fans on their feet. 2-0 your score. Hernandez he's got to look at shortening up that swing now. The 0-2 in the dirt. 1-2. Good take. Gavin Lux stands on deck, Smith in the hole. But it's up to Hernandez to keep the line moving. The 1-2. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Chased a bad one. That is 2 terrible at-bats by Hernandez tonight. We'll be back in a flash. The Mets will grab the bats. 2-0 your score.
Hey, first crack of the day, boy. Let me pour one out for Burger King. Man, they ain't got Burger Kings no more. I'll be looking at the throne being like, who sit on the burger throne, man? And I know people be laughing. I'm like, I know it funny, dog. They used to give out clowns, boy. Now you can't even find a number 9 chicken sandwich no more. They don't even want you to go up there anymore. I be in the drive-thru of like a Burger King like an hour away, and they be like, what you want, man? What's the point anymore? I'm like, come on, man. I know you got one patty back there. You the Burger King. You're like, King dead, man. They be tearing down the castles.
Here's Brant Rooker, and he swings, and he hits this one out to the middle of the field, and the center fielder jumps, and he misses it. And the runner is running, and he runs all the way, and he scores. And the A's take a huge lead, 1-0, and that drastically changes things here in the first inning. That ball went a long ways, and I think Brent Rooker's favorite color is green trees. Bayo has been struggling this year, and Brent Rooker really got a hold of that baseball. This one very high and very far, but sadly it didn't go over the wall because that wall was super tall, probably taller than the wall of China. Anyways, Jaron Duran, he's a really bad he's good, right? He's a good baseball player, and he missed that one. Just a bad, unlucky day for him. He couldn't jump 18 feet in the air like my grandfather could. That guy had some superpowers. Nah, I'm just kidding. And here's the pitch. This one swung on and missed. The A's getting ahead early once again. Let's see if they can add on.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. First pitch on the way from Michael Kepik, who's now in the game for the Dodgers. Righty-lefty matchup is a fastball to Lindor. It's 0-1. The 0-1, 98 high and inside, 1-1. John referring to the clip we just played about how the Oakland A's announcer is awesome. I'll see if I can get her to maybe join us next year, because surely to God she's getting fired. Jeez. They're moving to Sacramento. I can't imagine that they're taking that nonsense with them. The 2-1. Swing lifted high into left field, going back, making the running catch is Teoscar Hernandez. One away. One down. I think weather is definitely a factor in this score. You've had some balls that were tattooed earlier in the game that wind isn't blowing in from from left field blowing in to right field. We would have had a couple of them leave the yard already. First pitch to Vientos is a bullet right down the pipe. It's 0-1, 99 miles an hour. No, I'm not going to have her do comment to let her do play-by-play. I want to sit back and watch. The 0-1. Swung on, lifted high and deep into right center field. Making the running catch at the wall is Kike Hernandez. 2 down. 2 down. That's another ball that I think if the wind isn't blowing in, that one at least gets to the top of the wall if that one doesn't get out. First pitch on the way to Brandon Nimmo is 97 right down his throat. It's 0-1. Nimmo 1 for 2 with an infield single. It's one that he hit against the shift and was able to beat it out even with the bad foot. The 0-1 right there, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Swing, slaps it back foul. Dodgers 2, Mets nothing. Bottom of the 5th. This game's moving a little faster than it was at the beginning with the long innings by the Dodgers that came up snake eyes. The 0-2 swung on, lifts that back foul. We'll do it again. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, same time, 8:08. Friday night, game 5, 4:08. And if there's a game 7, we'll have it here Monday at 8:08. The 0-2. Inside 1-2. Gonna be at a wedding this weekend, so there will be no game 6. I don't think there's a point in it either when you're going up against Sunday Night Football. I'm really surprised they didn't put that at the 4 o'clock window, or even maybe 3 o'clock on Sunday. I think they really ought to think about that. The 1-2 caught, looking strike 3, pounded it right down his throat, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Dodgers will grab the bats, leading 2-0. 4 innings to go.
If your wife asks if y'all can have someone come and clean the house once per week, tell her you know the perfect person, then call her cell phone. After she backtalks, tell her you're going to speak to her manager, and then text yourself.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
How to pronounce this word, but PepsiCo just officially recalled their sugar-free Shua PPs.
Nobody correct him. Let's all instead Shua PPs. Ginger ale from now on.
During the 1970s and 80s, the war in Vietnam came to an end, and an American president was driven from office in disgrace. The Berlin Wall came down, and the Cold War ended. Democratic ideals flourished, but a new wave of fundamentalism ignited ancient animosities around the world. Casey Stengel and Satchel Paige died. By 1970, the national pastime was in trouble. Attendance had not increased for more than 2 decades. Now, the owner's grip on the destinies of the players was finally broken. And as their prospects improved, fans returned to the game. But old loyalties were sometimes forgotten. Now, what happened off the field, greed, scandal, strikes, seemed to overshadow the action on it. And now, as television demanded that most games be played at night, a whole generation of young fans would come of age without ever seeing a World Series game.
Braves Country Radio, your home. Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Swung on, popped up high in the sky. Looks like it'll stay in play. Back behind home plate, making the catch is Alvarez. One away. Reed Garrett still the pitcher on the mound. Right-hander came in to put out the fire in the last inning. Just it's 5 pitches in. The first pitch on the way to Smith, the number 7 hitter. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Smith versus Garrett. The 1-0. 91 up top. Cutter. 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it. Down and away, 2-1. Dodgers 2, Mets nothing. Top of the 6th. Garrett looks in. The 2-1 pitch. Swing! Rifles it over to first, but right at Alonso. He'll stick his glove up, make the catch. 2 down. Two away, and that'll bring Tommy Edman to the plate. Righty lefty with the switch hitter up. First pitch. Splitter down and away. 1-0. Edman batting .320 in the postseason. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing! That ball's lifted into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And the Dodgers once again put a base runner on with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. They've done that a few times tonight, but by the time they get the momentum going with 2 outs, all the Mets have needed was an out to get them out of the jam, and they have found a way to do that. Kike Hernandez, or the new Mr. October, you could call him, stands at the plate. First pitch on the way to Kike is down and in for a ball, 97 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Looks like they're going to call Reed Garrett for a balk, and that'll send Edman down to scoring position, down at first, down to second base. Yeah, he definitely didn't come to a full stop. It was more of a pause. First pitch on the way is inside. Splitter misses, 1-0. So that first pitch that missed the zone did not count. So now a 1-0 count to Hernandez. The 1-0 count. Garrett brings it. Swing! That ball's slapped back foul into the night. 1-1. Dodgers 2, Mets nothing. The 1-1 comes set right there on the inner cut. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. Hits it high. Down the right field side. Bending, bending, bending. Out of play. We'll do it again. Kike Hernandez batting .278 in the series, a .760 OPS. In the previous series, he really lit up the Padres. The 1-2. Brings it. Swing! Fouls it straight back. 98 miles an hour. Looked like he chased one out of the zone there. We'll do it again. Shohei Ohtani looms on deck. The 1-2 from Garrett. Looks back the runner. Swung on, ripped. High and deep. Will the wind knock this one down? Going back. Mr. October has done it again. It's a 2-run bomb. That was a hanger, a banger into the night. 378 feet and into the teeth of the wind. And the Dodgers doubled their lead up 4-0. That is Kike Hernandez's 15th home run in October, his 32nd RBI and 31st run scored in just 77 postseason games. First pitch on the way to Ohtani is swung on and chopped foul off his foot. It's 0-1. Ohtani limping away a little bit. Appears to be okay. Looks like that ball just got the toe of his front foot. They go out there and look at Ohtani, but he does appear to be okay. You talk about 15 home runs in postseason play. That's not nothing. Kike Hernandez, he's done it with all teams he's been with. LA, Boston. The 0-1 swung on, chopped it off his instep. Did he just stayed alive? 0-2. When he was with Boston in 2021, he almost led the team single-handedly past the Houston Astros into the World Series, but he did carry them in the series versus the Tampa Bay Rays. It almost looked like it was destined to be Boston versus Atlanta in the World Series, and then Boston's pitching fell apart in the end against the Astros. That was the first season we did here on Braves Country Radio. I was really wanting to see that matchup. They're giving Ohtani a little extra time to step out of the box, and definitely looks like his foot might be bothering him. The 0-2 to Ohtani. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike three. That'll end the inning. But not before the Dodgers and Kike go bye-bye. We'll be back in a flash. It's 4-0. Mets better wake up. It's getting late very early. Le'Veon Bell, he put out a single for people to listen to on Twitter of a rap album that he's really proud of. He asked for people to critique it. Keenan Allen, the receiver of the Chargers, came back with the trash emoji. And what's even better, I can't do it justice because we're on radio, you've got to see the video. The video that he put up, oh my God, it's like the most funny and exciting thing I have ever seen because it's like really bad late 80s, early 90s rap video. But anyways, it's staged almost like black and white. He's like under a bridge somewhere where there's like a bonfire going.
Hard times.
So like, yeah.
Hard times.
Hard times for a guy making millions.
He can relate.
But the funniest part is when he's got the hoodie on, he's doing poses and stuff like that and kind of jiving around. And then at out of nowhere, sorry, I can't get it out. He comes up from under the screen. So in other words, like
from the Muppets or something?
Almost like the Muppets.
When you see just the figure just come straight up.
Yes, the gig coming straight up while he's also in the background. It's like the worst thing put together ever. I don't know how to edit a video. We could do better than this, I'm telling you.
Who's the director, Pouncey?
Armchair.
In past years, the White Sox may have been worried about being caught by the powerful Yankees. But this season, they were simply too fast to catch, as Chicago finished ahead of New York and second place Cleveland.
It's a great thing for us to beat the Yankees. It's nice that we beat Cleveland, was to come in second, but to beat the Yankees was number one.
And finally, the Sox ended 40 years of futility when they captured the American League pennant.
There's a ground ball. Aparicio has a step on second, throws to first. The ball game's over. The White Sox are the champions of 1959. A 40-year wait has now ended.
Welcome back. So they're saying right now that the wind gusts that have been knocking down those balls are anywhere between 11 to 16 miles an hour. So that's a pretty stiff wind, especially when you consider the fact that it's dropping down into the high 40s. So if you're kind of puzzled by the low score, it's not 100%, but I'd say a good portion of it is because of the weather, the cold air and the wind blowing in. Very much replicated if you watch early baseball in April in the Northeast. First pitch on the way to Alonso from Brazier is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 down and away, 1-1. Ryan Brazier, he got pounded in the first game. He was the opener. Gave up is the 1-1 right there on the outer edge. Just misses, I get. He's been calling that a strike all night long. 2-1. I guess to be fair, he's been calling them more wide and low as opposed to straight down the middle and low. The 2-1 swung on, chopped foul in between third and home. 2-2. The 2-2 count. I haven't looked at the weather for tomorrow night, but if it's anything like it is tonight, you just got to take that in consideration if you're talking about it. I see people in the chat talking about betting the game and whatnot. If you're looking at over-unders and whatnot, that cold weather really does a number on a baseball offense. So a 2-2 count. Righty. Here's the pitch from Brazier. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Late on that swing on the slider. One away. Not sure what Alonso was looking at because he was that ball was almost in the mitt by the time he started his swing. And it wasn't his fastball, it was a slider. So either he was looking for the curve, or B, he wasn't thinking about swinging and then did it the last second. First pitch to Marte is a strike. It's 0-1. Marte, 0 for 1, hit by a pitch. The 0-1 swung on. And that ball's going to get dumped into right field. It's going to be a one-out single for the New York Mets to get them going. Bottom of the 6th inning. One on, one out. JD Martinez, the batter. First pitch on the way to JD is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. He walked in the second, 0 for 1, batting .267 in the postseason. His first at bats of the NLCS tonight, the 1-0. 94 at the knees, 1-1. Same two teams tomorrow night, same start, 8:08 first pitch. We'll have it pitch by pitch, play by play of the NLCS right here. The 1-1 misses, 2-1. Joe Banda, the left-hander, is warming up in the bullpen with the Iglesias and Taylor and Alvarez due up, all right-handers. They could be deploying him at any moment. The 2-1, down and away, 3-1. They may just be looking at long-term, having him ready to face Lindor when he comes back around to flip him over to the right side of the plate. 3-1 count to JD. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 94 blew it right by him up top, 3-2. Might have swung at ball 4. He hasn't been giving the high ones. Full count. Brings it way outside wide. Ball 4. Marte. Marte was on the go on that one. They're going to go out there and have a quick powwow. Mark Pryor, the pitching coach for the LA Dodgers. Four nothing your score. Still a long way to go in this one. We're just in the 6th inning. Coming to the plate is Iglesias. He's 1 for 2. Singled in the 2nd inning. The first pitch, 94 up top. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Slider misses well outside wide. Evening up the count. Dodgers now have Trinan and Banda warming up in the bullpen. Well, 1-1 count. 95 misses outside wide, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. 94 misses high and wide. Ball 3-1. So Brazier, just like the other night, really falling apart here. A little surprised to see him in this situation, but Dave Roberts believing in his guy. Runners at first and second, 1 out, the 3-1. 93 just got the outer cut, called for a strike, low and outside, where home plate umpire Marvin Hudson's been calling it all night long, full count. The payoff pitch, swing, hips it over towards third. It's going to be a 5, 4, 3, inning ending, rally ending double play. Good turn by Muncy. It went Muncy to Lux to Freeman, and Freddie once again saving their bacon, digging one out of the dirt. We'll be back in a flash. Man, that was a close one. They may want to... Nah, they got him. Just by a quarter step. We'll be back in a flash here on the NLCS, game number 3, series tied at 1 apiece.
Don't ask me for advice. I still think punching in the face is the right answer.
Today is performance review day company-wide. There's been some ups and downs this year, and I think that things could turn favorably to me, favorably for me. I gotta say I'm a little nervous. We'll see how it goes.
Could you please pull up your self-evaluation for your annual performance review?
Yep, so I did fill out my evaluation and sent it over. So this is how I scored myself.
Okay, yeah, you need to pull up the one that Matt and I sent over because clearly there's a major disconnect here. As you can see, this is the criteria that Matt and I used so that we could score.
Did you grade yourself a 9 on a scale from 1 to 5?
Well, yeah, I mean, I highly exceeded the many expectations. Sorry, I'm still hung up on 0 and -1. I honestly thought I was going to get promoted.
Just to be very clear, you exceeded no expectations, and we don't promote people who have been drinking on our company Zooms.
Okay, so I feel like I make one little mistake.
No, actually, the drinking on the work calls happened twice.
Yeah, and you used a company card at the Gentleman's Club.
But at least I'll still get a bonus this year. Which, am I going to get a bonus still? Because I feel like...
You're absolutely not getting a bonus.
Okay, well... I feel like a salary increase then, because
we're actually considering decreasing your salary.
Likability score was a 3, so got to take that as a W.
The idea that you can walk into a ballpark, whether it's Fenway Park, Yankee Stadium, or wherever, and sit down and watch a game played by boys who have become men. So you can imagine yourself still playing this game, no matter what age you are. And when you sit there, the door to your past life, which occurred 15 minutes ago at the office, on the bus, in your home, that door closes and you get lost in the technical details, the intricate details of baseball as it's played out. There's always a surprise in baseball. God, I never thought he'd be able to get to that ball. That's part of baseball's magic.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to lead us off is Mookie Betts, and he rips one into left field, down for a base hit, and the LA Dodgers have one on, nobody out. Man, Freddie Freeman, I'll tell you what, I know he didn't leave on good terms with Braves country, but that is one tough son of a gun. He is out there gutting out every single inning with that leg injury. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Freddie 1 for 3. I show him limping around the infield. I mean, he's limping, just doing like the normal stuff. The 0-1 swung on, pops it up high in the sky into left field. Coming over, making the catch is Nemo. One away. And just, I mean, it's almost like it's like watching two MASH guys going at each other, because Freeman hits the ball to Nimmo. Nimmo has to run in to make the catch, and both of them are limping the entire time. First pitch to Max Muncy is high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. You almost wonder if the Dodgers could win this game and then take like a 3-1 series lead. Would you just sit Freddie on Friday to give him a couple of days off, hoping that you could win the game without him, and if not, he could come back on Sunday? One-0 count. Righty-lefty Max Muncy digging in. Mookie leading off of first. The pitch. 97 misses wide, 2-1. Mookie had a pretty good lead off of that one. 2-0 count. He's got a really good sized lead now. The 2-0. Inside. Did he go around? They said he did. 2-1. McGill, the right-handed reliever who has come into the game, and Alvarez both pointed down to get the review, and they got it. Third base umpire Jordan Baker making the call. The 3-1 pitch, way outside wide. Ball 3. Alan McGill, who's bounced in and out of the starting rotation and relief for the Mets. He's also bounced back and forth between AAA and MLB. The 3-1, down and in. Ball 4. So Max Muncy will head down to first. First and second, one out, top of the 7th. First and second, one out. Teoscar Hernandez, the batter. First pitch, 88 up top. It's 0-1. Hernandez, who's had a couple of really bad at-bats trying to make up for that. He's 0 for 3 with a fielder's choice, a line out and a strikeout. The line out and the strikeouts were the two that were just awful. The 0-1 swung on, chops it over towards short. It's going to be an easy 6-3 put out. The runners will move down to second and third as they were hustling on the play. That was another bad at bat by Hernandez. They're easily jamming him, and he's taking the bait. But the Dodgers now have runners on second and third. A single would most likely score 2. Gavin Lux, the batter. First pitch on the way. Misses high. Did he go around? He did not. It's 1-0. Lux 0 for 3. Righty-lefty. Standing on deck is Will Smith. The 1-0. McGill brings it. Misses outside wide, 98 miles an hour. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch from McGill. 97 just hits the top corner. 2-1. The 2-1. Righty lefty. Here's the pitch. Swing! Fouls it back. 97. Smacks it back behind home plate in between third and home. So Deuce is wild. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 count. A base hit would score 2. Miguel trying to work out of the jam, keep the Mets right in it. The 2-2. Ball 3-2. That 98-mile-an-hour four-seamer to the left-hander has been missing high and wide the past few batters. A full count. They'll be going at the crack of the bat. Miguel comes set. Looks back the runner at second. The payoff pitch. Down and in, ball 4. Did he go around? They're going to say he did. I'd have to see a replay on that one. That one's dicey at best. And with the third base umpire being Jordan Baker, I have my doubts. We'll be back in a flash, see if they'll even give us a replay here on the NLCS game number 3.
Y'all, is it just me or does it seem like everything costs like we shopping at an airport now?
Say the weird thing.
In the 2006 movie Idiocracy, they were trying to figure out what kind of footwear would people in the future, in this future filled with morons, what footwear would they have, and what could they do on the small budget that they had at the time. According to the director, the wardrobe designer came across this website with the ugliest plastic shoes she had ever seen that had like holes in them, and said, we should use these, they're perfect, we can get a bunch of them super cheap. And Judge said, well, what if they become super popular? They don't feel like it's from the future. And her response was, they're so ugly, there's no way anyone will ever wear these. They were Crocs.
I was going over the proposed budget for Q2.
Yeah, wait, hold on, Kate. Sorry. Oh, Amanda, you go.
Brian, what is in your coffee cup?
It's just my iced coffee.
No, Brian, we can clearly see there's a beer can in there with just a straw in it.
Okay, well, it's after hours, right? I mean, I don't
Not after hours. Our work ends at 5, and it's currently 3 o'clock.
So I put it on my calendar. I'm on the West Coast this week, and
that would make it worse. That would make it noon where you are.
Okay, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I mean, I don't know what...
Either way, you cannot drink on a company call. This is on company time.
All right, well, maybe Matt can just... I don't know...
You're literally slurring your words right now, Brian. And stop drinking.
When you talked to Earl Weaver, he would put you right in the middle of the baseball situation that you wanted to talk about as a writer, and he would tell you everything that was involved. And usually when he was doing this, he would be stark naked in his office and eating a leg of chicken or something like this, but a little pint-sized man with no clothes on talking baseball.
I'll always remember Earl sitting in the dugout before a game with a cigarette cupped in his hand like a little boy sneaking a smoke, and his fingers all yellowed by the smoke, telling a story and not realizing that they were playing the national anthem. And after the national anthem, I apologized. I'm sorry I'm still here. And he turned to me and he said, relax, kid, don't worry. We do this every day.
Some bad news. I guess there isn't a good way to tell you something like this. Your goduncle died. My goduncle? There's no such thing as a goduncle. Yes, there is. It's your godfather's brother. You remember your goduncle, Charlie? No. Yeah, as much as I'd like to pay my respects, catch up with my god cousins and me.
coming back. First pitch on the way from Blake Treenan is a fastball right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty lefty. Jeff McNeil, the batter, swing and a miss. 0-2. Really is telling we have not seen Jeff McNeil. He's 0 for 1 in the postseason, batting .238 in the regular season. Remember, this is a guy that they signed to a multi-year extension just a couple of seasons ago. The 0-2. Brings it. Swing. Pops it up. High in the sky. Lazy fly ball into center field. Kike Hernandez will make the catch. One away. One down. That's an alcohol on Alvarez. McNeil, by the way, was in for Taylor. First pitch on the way to Alvarez is swung on and fouled down the line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brings it in the dirt. 1-1. Blake Treenan has been asked to close quite a few times. Now here in the 7th inning. The 1-1 to Treenan. Chopped it foul off his... Looked like it might have got a piece of Alvarez's foot. 1-2. But Dave Roberts he is one of the managers that believes in playing the matchups. He doesn't necessarily care about someone being, and especially because the Dodgers don't really have an overwhelming closer. Is the 1-2 swung on, chopped foul. We'll do it again. You'll see Phillips. You'll see Treenan. He'll play the matchups, and when he sees that the top of the order's rolling over in the 7th inning, he's looking at it as shutting down your team now, so you don't have a chance to claw back into it to cause a problem later. The 1-2. Right there, caught, looking, strike 3. Alvarez will take his bat and head back to the pine, 2 away. Man, with 2 strikes and trailing here in the NLCS, you got to swing the bat, Alvarez. Mets down to the last 7 outs. Need to get something going in a hurry. Here's the top of the order in Francisco Lindor. First pitch, 96 sinker. Right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Lindor has done absolutely nothing tonight. He's 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Hitting just .216 in the postseason. He had the big dramatic home run earlier in the postseason, but realistically has been a non-factor. The 0-1 swing and a miss, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Righty lefty, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Another at bat where he just looks lost. That'll end the inning. So Lindor scuffling, and so are the Mets. We'll head to the top of the 8th. The Dodgers leading by 4.
They always say that you only live once. And that is such a relief. I cannot do this a second time, thank God.
My mom isn't wearing shorts or underwear under her dress. That's what my daughter just said to the salesman at the mattress store. We went to look at mattresses, and I have a white dress on. And I made a strategic decision before I left to not wear anything underneath it. And my kids saw. Mistake number 1, they saw it. And mistake number 2 is I didn't fully answer all of their questions before we got out of the car. So they still didn't understand that it wasn't something that we should share. So Fast forward to walking into the mattress store, and they shared that information immediately, just freely with that guy. So needless to say, it was challenging for me to lay on the mattresses, especially knowing what he knew at that point. And then we didn't buy one because we left pretty shortly after that. 5 out of 10 would recommend this dress. It's a cute dress, but you just can't wear anything underneath it. 0 out of 10 would recommend having kids.
I don't mean to brag, but my videos are enjoyed by well over 4 people worldwide.
When Detroit began to burn to the ground in July of 1967, Willie Horton, still in his uniform, walked the streets of Detroit pleading for peace among African Americans in the community, and it went for naught. And that really was the beginning of a summer of tremendous unrest.
While the country struggled with racial issues, baseball offered the nation a model to follow.
It never was an issue, and I don't think it hardly ever is an issue in baseball. It's colorblind. It's been colorblind since Jackie Robinson broke in such a long time ago.
Welcome back. First pitch to Will Smith. This is wide of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Miguel misses outside wide, 2-0. Tyler Miguel back out there for another inning of work. Wonder how long they'll leave him in. Due up is the 2-0 pitch. Misses inside, 3-0. Due up in this inning for the Trolley Dodgers, Smith, Edman, and Hernandez. So righty, lefty, righty. Then it will be back to the top of the order with Shohei Ohtani. The 3-0, 97, just grabbed the top of the zone, 3-1. Dodgers 4, Mets nothing. The 3-1 count. 96 misses, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first, and the Dodgers start in trouble again here in the 8th inning. One on, nobody out. First pitch to Edman, misses high and out of the zone. 1-0. If you're wondering, the over-under in this game was 7.5. The run line for the Mets plus 1.5. Dodgers minus 1.5. The 1-0. Up high and out of the zone, ball 2, 2-0. So a 2-0 count for Miguel. You got to figure at some point you got to go get him, or he's going to just absolutely spin this game out of control. He pitched well as a starter down the stretch for the Mets. The 2-0. 96 at the knees, 2-1. The 2-1. Comes set. Kicks and fires. Swung on, fouled down the line. 2-2. JJ's saying hammer the over tomorrow. I don't know if he's referring to the weather. Is the weather supposed to warm up in New York tomorrow? Is that what you're referring to? So a 2-0 count. Kicks and brings it. 97 just below the knees. I mean, just below the knees. Full count. Hernandez stands on deck. Payoff pitch due from Miguel. Here it is. Swing! Slaps it towards left field. Drifting over towards, making the catch is Nimmo. Long out number 1 here in the 8th. One on, one out. Top of the 8th inning. First pitch. Hernandez, 96 at the knees. It's 0-1. Kike Hernandez, last time up, hit a 2-run home run in the 6th. One of the few that's been able to hit that ball through the teeth of the wind blowing in from left field. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. Standing on deck is Shohei Ohtani. They've not shown the Mets bullpen in a while. You do wonder if they would go as the 1-1 misses high, 2-1. If they would go to the bullpen, because when Ohtani comes to the plate, you're talking about lefty, righty, lefty. Would they go to like a David Peterson to try to keep them in the game? The 2-1. 96 misses high, 3-1. Alvarez trying to frame it to get the call, but the ball was definitely high and out of the zone. So a 3-1 count. McGill, 31 pitches in the 4 outs that he's gotten so far. Here's the pitch from McGill. Swing! Fouls it away. Just a touch behind that one. Full count. They have a right-hander warming in the bullpen of the Dodgers in the form of Daniel Hudson, another one of their closers, guy that gets closing duties. But when you're looking at the fact that they're going to be facing the heart of the order of the Mets, they're looking to bring him in the 8th. Then I guess they'll just figure out the 9th. Miguel flips it back over to first to keep Hernandez close. Smith close. Hernandez at the plate. 1 down, 1 on. The payoff pitch. Swing! That ball's lifted into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And another base hit for Kike Hernandez. Now 2 for 4 in the game. Runners on first and second. 1 out. And Shohei Ohtani is coming to the plate. What will the Mets do? Will they leave him in the game? Alvarez went out there to kind of direct traffic with the infield, but it doesn't look like they're going to go. Looks like this is Miguel's mess to get out of. Ohtani 0 for 3, so that he does have that going for him. First pitch to Shohei. 88 up top, cutter. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Mookie Betts stands on deck. The 0-1 to Shohei. Swing. Hammers it high and deep. If it's fair, it's gone, but it looks like it's bending foul. Is it? It left the building. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a, ding-dong. A 3-run shot, and Shohei hit a absolute moon blast to put the LA Dodgers up 7-0. 410 feet over the right field foul pole. 116 miles an hour off the bat. It kept hooking and hooking. I didn't know if it was going to stay fair. It just snuck inside the pole and went to the upper deck here at Citi Field. Los Angeles leads New York by a touchdown. Wow. 7-0 your score. And I believe now, they were doing a replay. I think the replay was unnecessary. Once you saw where that ball landed, you knew it had to be fair. But the umpires just wanted to make sure they got it right. A big home run, a big spot, and a big game, giving the Dodgers commanding 7-0 lead. Like we told y'all at the beginning of the game, we thought the pitching would be behind the hitting tonight. The wind has kept the ball in, but that one got absolutely tattooed. First pitch on the way to Mookie Betts. He's right there on the outer edge. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty. Down and away. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Mookie Betts 1 for 3 on the day. The pitch, 95 at the knees. 1-2. Dodgers 7, Mets nothing. Top of the 8th inning. If you're just joining us, Shohei Ohtani with a 3-run missile into the right field seats. The 1-2 misses wide, 2-2. He's broken this game wide open. The 2-2 to Mookie. Down and away, 3-2. So now if you're the Dodgers, you can realistically sit Phillips down unless you're just wanting to get him work. But I would think you would save him for tomorrow. The fewer times the Mets see him in a 7-game series, the better. The payoff pitch, swung on, ripped over towards third. Vientos has it, fires it to first, 2 away. Two down. Coming to the plate now is Freddie Freeman. He takes the first pitch, 96 miles an hour. Down and in, 1-0. Now this seems like a perfect opportunity to sit Freddie Freeman down. Give him some rest on that ankle. The 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. The 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Swing. That ball's ripped towards right. Coming in, making the running catch is Marte, and that'll end the inning. But not for the LA Dodgers. Put 3 on the board. It's 7-0 here in Queens. We'll be back in a flash. Game number 2 of the National League Championship Series.
So have any of y'all fallen in love with me yet? Or do I need to post more nonsense?
So my kid's mom called me this morning and asked me if I could give her $300 to help her out with rent. And we haven't dated since 2015, so I don't normally do this kind of thing like ever, because I take care of my kids. I get them half the time. I'm a good dad, so it's not normal that I help her out with money any kind of way. And I just told her I needed a little bit to think about it, and I would call her back. And before I had a chance to call her back, her sister called me. Her sister tells me that she doesn't actually need the money for rent, and she's trying to get her new boyfriend out of jail because she wanted to be able to be close to him for his birthday. And so that hit me some type of way, but I decided to call her anyway. And I told her, come get the money, that I would help her out. I just figured, karma will bless me the way that I should be. So she came, she picked up the money. About 2 hours later, I get a call from the county jail, and I accept the charges, and it's her, and she's screaming, and she's cussing, and she's crying, and she wants to know why I gave her counterfeit money. And I told her she wanted to be close to her boyfriend for his birthday, and so, happy birthday.
Under Weaver's leadership for 14 full seasons, the Orioles would win or come in second 12 times, win 4 pennants and 1 world championship. In 1968, pitchers dominated as never before. 1 out of every 5 games played that year was a shutout. Bob Gibson was again the most fearsome performer.
2 strikes and a ball.
He pitched 13 shutouts, won 22 games, and registered the lowest ERA in the history of his league, 1.12.
Standing ovation for Bob Gibson. He has just tied a World Series record.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Ben Kasparius. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. Valerie's asking about the chances of Pete Alonso getting, I guess she just needs a base hit from him. He's going to do it. Kasparius would be the one to do it on. This is the front end of their bullpen. They're trying to save some guys. This is the 1-1. Swung on, lifted back, foul. It's 1-2. Ben Kasparius, 25-year-old, 6'2", right-hander out of Westport, Connecticut. Played college ball in Yukon State in Connecticut. Is the 1-2, misses high, 2-2. He's only thrown 8 innings in his career, which was this year. He's a 2-2, swing and a miss. Lazy slider. Vientos went biting, went away. And in those 8 innings, he did give up 9 hits. His ERA is only 2.16, but that's a pretty high whip. His whip is of 1.56, so he's a guy that does let traffic get on bases, on the base. First pitch on the way to Nemo is swung on, popped back, foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Valerie, my guess would be that any hit would do, but obviously a walk wouldn't work. But I would think if he gets a double, a single, whatever, it would count. So a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 96, 1-2. Mets nothing, Dodgers 7, bottom of the 8th. The 1-2 from Nemo, to Nemo. Way outside, wide, 2-2. The over-under was 7.5 in this game. So people who took that bet one way or the other, they're still dialed in. The 2-2. Misses high, ball 3-2. And obviously, if you're rooting for Pete to get a hit, you want guys to get on because you got an outside chance of him getting 2 more at bats. The payoff pitch, swing, pops it up high down the left field line. Will it stay in play? Just out of play. Giving chase was Muncie into that little corner just before the tarps. If they lay out on the field for the rain delay, there's a little bit of a divot here at City Field that goes in. And Muncie was hoping he had room, but it just went out of play. So a full count. Kasperius brings it. Swing. Fists it back. Foul. Do it again. LA 7, New York nothing. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night right here. 8:08 first pitch. The payoff pitch misses high, ball 4. So the Mets trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here comes the polar bear, Pete Alonso, free agent at the end of the season. 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch, 83-mile-an-hour slider misses high. It's 1-0. Pete Alonso on the 1-0 count. The pitch inside. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Righty. John's saying the weather's going to be similar to tonight. I'll be interested to see if the wind's blowing in or out. That's really had a lot to do with tonight. Of course, the Dodgers still cut through that wind. When you leave that many pitches out over the plate, it's going to happen. Realistically, the Mets are fortunate for this game to be this close. The 2-0. Swing, pops it up. High down the right field line. Will it stay in play? Bending. Fouling out of play, 2-1. Two-one count. Comes set, the pitch. Swing. Fists it back, foul. 2-2. 96-mile-an-hour right in his kitchen. Wind still whipping left to right. So if Pete can jam one towards the right field corner, he might get one out. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up high and deep into right field, going back on the track. Making the catches, Mookie Betts, for a loud out number 2. Didn't quite get around on that one. That ball was a little too much on the inner part of the plate to try to drive to right field over the wall. He needed to get out in front of that one. Starlin Marte, the batter. First pitch, swinging, fouls it back. It's 0-1. So now if you're Valerie pulling for Pete to get another hit, you got to be pulling for the Mets to bat around here and get back to Pete in the 9th inning. The 0-1. Swung on, rips it back foul. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Dodgers lead it 7-0. Kasperius, 20 pitches in. The 0-2. Caught, looking strike 3. Slider. And Marte still hasn't moved. That'll end the inning. Good job by Kasperius to come in and get that inning of work. We'll be back in a flash. Dodgers lead it 7-0 here in New York.
What's your experience been like here at the baseball camp?
Pretty fun. I play first base and third base. And, I just came here to hit dingers and have a good time.
Y'all, my homie just pulled up and told me everybody business and had the nerve to ask me what I've been up to.
Your husband's money is not yours just because you pop some kids out.
You're absolutely right. Want to know why it's mine?
It's not because of the kids. I have 2 of them, by the way. It's not because of the kids. Kids. You want to know why? Don't be spreading these lies. Your husband's money is not yours. Who the told you that? The air he breathes is mine. Okay? I'm around people who have either been in me or have popped out of me 24/7. That is mine. All mine. You sound like you mad because you don't get no money. Does he have you on an allowance? Mine don't.
Best rapper alive.
Tupac.
There's a drive by Canigliaro, and it is out of here. What a bomb he is. Canigliaro hits a home run, his first time at bat at Fenway Park. And he gets a tremendous hand. What a thrill that must be for a 19-year-old boy. Look at that smile on his face.
Tony Canigliaro had tremendous charisma, a young guy, good-looking, personable. The fans loved him. The kids loved him. Everybody loved him.
Tony C. led the American League in homers in 1965 and was the second youngest player to reach 100 home runs. He and Yaz gave a Boston team that hadn't contended since the early 50s hope for the future. And the Sox had brought in new manager Dick Williams for the 1967 season to instill a fresh attitude.
The only thing I can tell you right now, I'll guarantee you we'll have a Hustling Ball Club.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Max Muncy is right in there for the ball. It's 1-0, the 1-0. Call looking for a strike, 1-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 1-1. Swing! That ball's belted deep into right field, going back. If it's fair, it's gone. She gone, baby! And that will hit the over. How about that? Holy bananas. That ball hit the top of the railing on the upper deck. There was a fan there trying to make the catch, but he spit the bit and it bounced off the railing down back into the crowd. First pitch on the way to Hernandez. He's outside wide for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Called for a high strike, 0-2. That's, you know what that is? That's a good old-fashioned, it's a good old-fashioned, it's 8-0 in the ninth inning strike. The 0-2. Swing, pops it back foul. We'll do it again. Miguel comes set. The 0-2. He go around. He did not. 1-2. Dodgers 8, Mets nothing. The 1-2. Caught, looking strike 3. Slider on the outer edge, 1 away. Man, that was a hanger by Miguel. They were just showing the replay. That ball, that might as well have been on a tee for Muncie. 109 miles an hour off the bat. And that was an absolute balloon. My God. Those two home runs by Ohtani and Muncie, they did not get cheated on those. 1-0, misses inside 2-0. If there were clouds in the area, it would be raining by now. Both of those balls scraped the sky. The 2-0. Swing, fouls it back. 2-1. Now, one thing you have to look at if you're rooting for anything on the offensive side of the Mets in the bottom of the ninth, the higher this lead gets, the bigger of a bum they're going to put out there on the mound. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Chris Taylor, who's batting for Gavin Lux, 0 for 5 in the postseason. The 2-2 from McGill. Swung on, chopped foul. We'll do it again. The one thing you can say for McGill is he is eating innings, and he's saving the Mets bullpen for tomorrow and Friday. It's not just about keeping them fresh, but it's also the less times that you allow another team to see your relievers in a 7-game series, the better. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. Because the more a guy sees a pitcher, advantage batter. That's why winning a 7-game series is such a grind. The 3-2 misses high, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. Chris Taylor finding his way aboard here in the top of the ninth. I knew they would never agree to it, but I would prefer that all the series in Major League Baseball be at least 5-game series, because a 3-game series is not indicative on what kind of team you have. The first pitch to Smith was right there for a strike. He's got an 0-1 count on him. The 0-1. Swung on, ripped it through the hole. That'll get through for a base hit, and the Dodgers keep it going. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Tommy Edman coming to the plate. McGill at 61 pitches, but remember, he was in the starting rotation just before the postseason began. That really shouldn't be a factor for him. Mets are just trying to get 2 more outs out of him so they don't have to use anyone else in their bullpen. First pitch, swing and a miss, 96 right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, right inside, 96 miles an hour, 0-2. And if you're looking ahead as a Mets fan on, okay, you use him for, we'll say 70 pitches, 70, 75 pitches, whatever it takes for him to get out of this inning, he would still be able to come back and give you a couple innings by Sunday, and he could give you multiple innings by Game 7 on Monday. So a 1-2 count. Righty-lefty matchup. McGill brings it. Swing! Rips it over to first. Lonzo's got it. Fires it to second. The shortstop, Francisco Lindor, makes the catch. So it'll be a 3-6 in your scorecard, 2 away. On the play, Taylor moves to third. And Tommy Edmonds will move to first on the fielder's choice. So runners on the corners. Two outs. And Shohei Ohtani, who already had that 3-run home run, is standing on deck with Kike Hernandez, who has a home run in his own right, at the plate. First pitch on the way, 96-mile-an-hour fastball off the edge. It's 1-0. Hernandez, 2 for 4, batting .350 in this postseason. The 1-0 right there at the knees, 1-1. He has 2 home runs and 3 RBI in the October. The 1-1 brings it. 95 on the edge, kisses the black, 1-2. 1-2 count. Tyler McGill, 69th pitch of the night. Swing! Fouls it away. 96 up top. Foul back behind home plate. We'll do it again, 1-2. Dodgers 8, Mets nothing. 9th inning. Series tied at 1. The 1-2. Swung on. Chop foul. Do it again. Hernandez really making them work. The 1-2. McGill digs deep and throws the ball. Swing! Rips it foul down the line once again into the dugout this time. Third base side. Hernandez steps out of the box using his timeout. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. This will be 8th pitch of the at-bat. McGill trying to get back to the dugout. The 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2. They're going to say he went around. I don't know about that one. But Bill Miller, well, he looks like he probably needs a sandwich, a donut, maybe a chocolate milk. We'll be back in a flash. The Mets trail 8-0. We go to the bottom of the ninth.
A messy Dollar General. That's what you look like.
Sometimes I get sent out with a shopping list and my wife's like, do you want me to explain that to you? And I'm like, I think I can handle it. And then I get to the grocery store and I'm like, what is a shallot? You know what I'm saying? How many avocados is avocados? Like if I mess that up, are we going to be eating guacamole for the next week? Apples, cinnamon, tomato sauce, dill weed. What aisle is that in? Milk. That's way too vague. Okay, in my house, we go through stuff like oat milk, soy milk, rice milk, coconut milk, almond milk, every kind of milk. The only kind of milk we don't drink is milk. Okay, I don't even know what milk tastes like anymore. This is going to take me an hour and a half to find all this stuff. I should have asked more questions.
I remember the 1968 World Series. I was 16 years old. Game 1, when he struck out the 17 Tigers, you could feel his purpose burn through a television screen from St. Louis to your living room on Long Island. In a sport that isn't supposed to manifest that degree of outward emotion, he was actually fearsome.
Just think, he's accounted for 16 of the putouts all by himself. He got it! Struck him out! A new world record of 17 strikeouts in one game.
Bob Gibson is the only pitcher to win 7 consecutive World Series starts, each of them a complete game.
And when the game was over, Gibson in the clubhouse was like no other pitcher I've ever seen. The reporters gathered around and someone said, "Were you surprised by what you did today?" And Gibson said, "I'm never surprised by anything I do."
Welcome back. Mets had their "You Gotta Believe" posters out. They trail 8-0. First pitch on the way to JD Martinez is swung on and fouled down the line. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Up high, 95, 1-1. Kasperius is back out there. So a 1-1 count. Righty. 2-1 to Martinez now. Kasperius brings it. 95 misses outside wide, 3-1. The 3-1 rips and fires, 94 at the knees. Might have got a benefit of a low call, full count. The payoff pitch. Swing, fouls it away. So a full count. Pitch to Martinez, caught looking, strike 3. You got 2 strikes on you. Your team's trailing by 8, and you don't swing the bat. Good night, Irene. Jose Iglesias will come to the plate. He's 1 for 3. First pitch on the way to Jose. 94 down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1, righty. Slides and kicks. Chopper back up the middle. Going to get scooped up by Taylor. Taylor flips it to first, and it's a 4-3 put out, 2 away. So 2 down, and Mets are down to their last out. Harrison Bader will come to the plate. He's hitting for McNeil, who hit for Taylor. He swings at the very first pitch he sees, gives away the at-bat. It's a lazy can of corn. Making the catch is Teoscar Hernandez, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the game. L.A. wins. L.A. wins. The L.A. Dodgers win. They lead the series now 2-1. The first team with 3 shutout wins by 7+ runs in a single postseason. Of course, postseasons are much longer than they were in days gone by, but that's still an impressive stat. 8-0 your final, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Los Angeles. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the New York Metropolitans. Player of the game, I say we're going to give it to Mr. Kike Hernandez. He went 2 for 5, a home run, 2 RBI, scored 2 runs, and his batting average in the postseason is now .333 with a .983 OPS. The only OPS higher on the Los Angeles Dodgers at this moment is Max Muncy, and it ain't by much. We'll see you tomorrow. Mets versus the Dodgers. It should be Quintana versus, my guess would be Yamamoto, but we'll have to see who they decide to go to. Well, we'll know by tomorrow night when we come on the air at 7:45, 8:08 first pitch. Mets and Dodgers, game number 4, a pivotal game number 4, because New York does not want to go down 3-1 with the next 2 of 3 in Los Angeles. We'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Always a pleasure. Dodgers 8, New York nothing.